Hello friends, it's Armstrong here from Madai Miniatures, and today I have this. Yeah, and don't ask me why. This is a part of the plane set that I bought. Yeah, it is a crappy piece of plastic. But what if we add some other pieces of plastic and make it actually look cool? Yeah, let's try it. Let's try doing something like that, and making it into something much better. So this is kind of challenging. Hopefully it ain't gonna take me like a month to finish. Yeah, well, I don't even give myself a month, but I know that I can actually make it into something cooler. So let's just try, and kind of a sort of experiment with using extremely crappy toys to make some cool Gaslands stuff. Let's do it. Yeah, this is a kind of a bad and ugly model. Yeah, it's a plastic car that I have no, any good feelings about, but I've been working with worse, to be completely honest, so not much worse. Oh, okay. I can remove this, the wheels. Come on. It's gonna be easier just using clippers to remove those wheels. I'm shedding, my beard, hair are everywhere. Oh, that's better. Oh, okay, that wasn't better. Wow, I didn't expect that to happen, but it did, so yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, because this is cut on the bottom. Okay, yeah. I probably should have used my eyes, but what can we do? So, back to this. Yeah. And that can be easily attached as well. And we are back to this model. So what I was thinking, tracks on the back. And that was pretty much the entire idea thus far. And some other wheels on the front. So let's just see what I can do with that. Of course, to put tracks in, I'm gonna have to remove this much, because those tracks are a little bit longer than the back of this truck. Okay, this is gonna fit nicely in here. So just grab some file, do the quick little sanding. And super glue, super glue, super glue. I have some here. Of course it must be stock, because when I'm rushing, nothing is ever working. Okay. Oh, it's empty. That would be a good excuse. It's not like I'm not having enough of them stocked around. But still, it would be nice to check for those things. But what I'm thinking as well, is this, that I'm gonna have to put some extra wheels on the front, and I'm still, kind of into minds about the wheels. I'm thinking those ones would be probably better, just look more bulky, but then I have to cut the wheel wells a little bit. Not too much, I would think about yay much on each side. Let's see. Oh, there is this little bit of plastic in here as well. Yeah, I have to be careful. My famous blade control, I did fail, and I was quite convinced that I'm gonna do it last week or so. I did actually cut my thumb. It's barely visible now, but I was doing some Necromunda miniatures and I was cutting one piece, and I was like, this is gonna slip and I'm gonna cut my finger. This is gonna slip and I'm gonna cut my finger. And yet, I was just still doing the same movement because I just wanted to cut a Tau. What do you call it now? It is kind of a Tau VX8 suit shin guard, or whatever you would call it. Yeah, and of course, the exact thing that I was thinking did happen, and I cut my finger. Yeah, and I was extremely prepared for it because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cut my finger over here. It wasn't even a prophecy, it was just, self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so I'm just gonna squeeze those wheels inside. But you can see that some of them did actually, the print did kind of fail. This one is cracked. You can see a giant crack in here. But on the other hand, with the amount of weathering I put on those, you wouldn't see a thing. But why I want to put the front wheels first? I want to attach them first to know how high to put the trucks. Yeah. Oh, there we go. You see, next failure in this. Okay. Come on, Spike. Go back to your place where you should be. There we go. And now the other side. There we go. Come on. Stick in and stay. Goodwill. Oh, okay, it's gonna be roughly as I was thinking, at the height of the hitch. So there we go. This is weird because the entire truck seems to be bended. This one wheel is in the air, this other one is on the ground. But yeah, I can work with that. So now, next piece. This one, yeah? I first gonna have to probably cut the top off and think how to fit it, but give me a few minutes, I'm gonna get to it. So I'm just thinking about cutting off the top of the truck and then attaching this one to it like that. Let's see how it's gonna work. In the worst case scenario, I'm gonna abandon this project. But I think that it's gonna go as I plan. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna do it off screen because it's starting breaking of the wheels and it is just ridiculous how difficult it's turned out to be. I managed to cut off this top out of the truck, and now I just start to set up the rest of the build. Yeah, this is just a support for the rest of the build. Yeah, and just get this. And what I'm thinking, just to set it up like that. Yeah. So this. And there we go. There we have something. Yeah, I like how it's looking so far. The front isn't great, but we can still work on it. It's a little bit flimsy when it comes, but I think that if I add some piping, it's gonna really start bulking up and covering all of the holes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a good idea. So I'm gonna prepare some exhaust pipes that I'm gonna put on the back here, and I'm gonna be right back. And I'm back. Oh, lovely. So what I have done is I prepared the exhaust pipes. I have 3 of them, which are gonna be going over here, but there are these huge gaps in here. So I have this from IKEA when my wife was buying all of the furniture. This was a device to hold the nails when you try to just put them into the furniture. I just cut it into pieces, and it kind of sort of works very well as gap filler, giving extra texture and some nice shapes to this. So without much of dilly-dallying, let's just start adding this. Now of course I have to spill a ton of super glue, which gonna get stuck to my fingers instead of the model. Oh, okay, that was better than I was expecting. But yeah, I don't know how well it's gonna glue, as this is a kind of plastic that I didn't work with a lot. But hopefully. Oh, come on. Okay, I have one side, the other is kind of a little bit different, but I have those 2 big holes covered. Now, so this is a bonus. And now I can attach those 3 pipes into the back. And then hope for the best, really. So those 3 are going straight up, I guess. Yeah, and I'm just gonna give it a few minutes to properly glue everything together, and I'll be right back. So I think that the glue finally, got nice and dry. What I want to do now is to cover all of those holes, that was left after I cut the car. So I want to put the pipes, from the front of this one, going over those holes, covering in here and then attaching to this. Yeah, it's not gonna be extremely easy, but I should be able to do it without much of an issue. Oh, my dog have an itchy something. Oh, too much super glue on my fingers still. Yeah, but what we can do about it? And stretch. and stick it in here. And now I just have to figure out exactly where I want it to run, so I'm gonna be going this way around just to cover all of that. So this pipe is just gonna be conforming to this. I can then lower it and then go back up, because I want those details in here on the door, next to the door. Come on, focus properly. Yeah, I want them to be still visible, as they are two exhaust pipes. And I know this car gonna have ton of exhaust pipes, but who cares? Yeah. And then I want this to dip back into the wheel well to just cover as much as possible of this. Yeah, so we have one which is going ziggy zaggy whatever. Yeah, but it is covering the most of the crimes that I did, so it's good. Now I need the next one. They always try to cut, when there is a connection, and I discovered that just melting the end of this, is stopping the fraying from happening, so great for me. And stick it in here, give it a few seconds to dry, and we're gonna be covering the other side of the hole. Lovely. Didn't want to stay there. That's not the problem, as we're gonna have a third one coming, so there's gonna be no problem whatsoever with that. And back to the wheel well, just to cover some of this. And now I can cut it roughly in here. And I don't have to worry about fraying of the end, because it's gonna be inside of this, so who cares? Oh, come on. Now. And we have next one, run like that. And of course I need a third one. Again, just cutting somewhere like that. I'm gonna stick it into the middle of this, and I'm gonna run it on the same side. So this and this, but I'm just gonna use my clippers to push it inside. Come on. There we go. And then I'm gonna just run it next to this pipe on the bottom. Yeah, it would be probably better for me, for covering the wheel well, to run it on the top, but yeah. And to the third exhaust pipe, cut like that, and there we go. Yeah, so the car got from this to that. Now I want to add a ram in the front, as it is a big truck, so big ram gonna be fine. This one did print properly, but of course you can see it have cracks on the front. Yeah, it's one of those kind of curse prints. I have like 3 or 4 runs that didn't work very well, and a lot of those pieces just printed out cracked or whatever. But on the other hand, I managed to salvage most of them, by turning them into terrain pieces or something like that. So again, never look at the darkest side of the things, always look at the little bit brighter side of this. Come on, glue. This toy plastic do not, take super glue very well. So yeah. All right. And we have a ram. We have a giant truck-looking thing. Only thing missing is probably some weaponry on that. I know that I have something around here. So I have this minigun, which looks okay. I have this cannon, which is not bad. But, maybe something like this would be better. It's not in the BFG territory, but close enough, I would say. So, yeah, I think this one. Just put it on the roof, to save myself a lot of nonsensical things that I could do. Wow, did I use up the entire super glue in this? I'm good. So this in here, and I was just actually thinking, about adding some extra weapons. So maybe on the side door, just this one? Nah. Just gonna start looking silly. Yes, I think that this is enough. Yeah, I think that this for a converting side of the things is done. Yeah. So now let's just black bomb it and get to the painting stage of the project. So now I have this bad boy black bombed, not very well black bombed, but still, somewhat near it. You can see, there's still some other colors showing through, but let's start, dry brushing. I ran out of the bolt gun metal colors, so I'm using mithril silver here, which is much more aggressive metallic, but still, with the amount of weathering I'm doing lately, it's ain't gonna make much difference. Like, I was actually half tempted to just, throw a what do you call it now? Come on, the right words just escapes me today. The chrome spray paint on this, and just call this car chromium or something like that. Really cheesy, but still would work probably. So let's go with this. And like, I'm contemplating of painting this entire car only metallic or doing some other stuff with it. So this is still just an idea for now. Let's go. But like, I like doing this metallic dry brush because it's really the first time you do it, it makes the car look very comic book-ish, and like it just is taken out of the pages of comic book, and I actually like this effect. So yeah, all right, we have this in here, this in here as well, and we can throw some metallic just in here. All right, this part is somewhat done. Now it's time for some roast. So very bright orange again. Yeah. And let's just empty it out and start applying some of it here, there and everywhere. Don't even think that I need to empty it out. I might think about trucks. I don't really think that the roast should be on the trucks themselves, unless the vehicle was actually standing for a very long time somewhere. Yeah, but the rest of it is okay. I think that that's enough. And now let's go with some weathering. So elf flesh and some other sandy colors. And this is, I think, desert sand. It used to have a name, but you know, years of just rolling around in one of my boxes didn't help it to stay the same color. Do I want to? I have this, what do you call it, contrast red paint, and I'm just thinking about, you know, painting as much of it in that red paint and just seeing how it's gonna turn out. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Even the orange rust, because this paint is very transparent, gonna probably stay on it without any issues. So let's just make it red. And you know, this is again one of the spare moment decisions that I made quite often with my builds. Make, not made. And I actually like how it turns out, so that's good. And you know, without even waiting for the paint to dry off or anything like that, let's start applying the weathering. So especially wheels are gonna be heavily weathered, the same around the trucks. And a little bit in here. Now the stones, they need less red, more brown, I guess. And let's go back to the wheels and trucks. All right, almost done with this part of weathering. Some in here. And yeah, this is good enough. Oh, sorry. I'm just thinking, where did I put my weathering powder? Yeah, I still have some of it. I'm gonna probably have to go to the store in town and just buy myself some, what do you call it now? Some pastels and grind them up. As only colors I have left are really kind of aggressive colors. I'm left with blues and reds right now. And this kind of yellowish browns are very good for Gaslands, yeah. And not only Gaslands, I would think, but still, My main focus right now is Gaslands, so that's why I'm thinking about that. Yep, I think that this is done when it comes to weathering. And now just some other brush. And where did I put my any of my blue colors? Okay, I have the ice blue. Oh, it is very crappy, so let's leave it. Let's get this blue. It is the contrast paint, but still it's gonna work. And of course, just smudge the windows with the blue. Yeah, just any contrasting color to the rest of the car would actually work. Blue, green, even orange if you have, you know, if you feel like the situation is happening in the middle of the sunset. Green would be reflecting green grass, blue would be reflecting blue sky, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and of course the windows can be tinted as well. But yeah, it turned out like I didn't expect this car to turn out so well when I was starting. I was thinking that it's gonna be quite crappy. So I'm happy with this project. So let's just throw it on the spin table and see how it turned out. And here we have it, a crappy plastic truck converted into, I have to admit, somewhat cool looking Wasteland Warrior vehicle. Yeah, it didn't actually took me too long. Altogether, I think that the work on this project was only about an hour long, including painting and drying time, so you know, very quick build. But gosh, I really like how it turned out. I think that beside one of my Volkswagens that I really love, this is probably the second favorite build thus far. Yeah, so yeah, this is the end of the video. So if you like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, family, and whoever else want to watch it. And of course, everybody have a great day. Bye!